So, we return on November 4th, 3:30 after unification. Jamie.
Yeah.
So, next to you is your second in command of the flight, Banker, along with your two civilian volunteers, a Sergeant Yanagi and Tasuno. Who are both uh, civil walker frame pilots. They worked in construction. They know how to
All right.
pilot the thing, but this is the first time you've talked to them as a flight, and they don't really have any real military experience. So, what do you say to them, Weaver?
Uh, I th- Vague leadership noises in that he'll be like he's got no illusions. He knows he's not going much of an inspiring leader, so he's just got to turn and say, the two of us are gonna do our best to get you two up to speed." Uh, on how things are going to run and put you through a crash course as best we can manage. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Pride is not a good reason to miss out on vital information. And he will deliver this speech in his still vaguely shitty Cronian.
Then Yanagi responds in equally shitty inner. Understood, sir. We'll try our best.
I feel like Weaver is going to have scoured the ship for any training manuals and basic materials he can put together to basically put these people through a crash course. I don't know what we'd actually would have on hand.
Nora?
Hmm?
Hey, you can ask Nora.
Presumably, because that would have been the best resource he'd have.
She slams to your desk a bunch of war college books.
What is this?
Well, in lieu of knowing anything better, that's exactly what he'll do, is just try and work his way through these piles. This is like when you have the substitute teacher who's reading one lesson plan ahead of the class he's teaching. That's what Weaver's doing.
Oh boy.
Listen, I can't guarantee that he'll teach them anything useful in terms of actually being soldiers. He's going to hammer procedure into them and probably way too much PT for their care. Everything else is kind of up in the air at the moment.
Well, what's the thing when you were a pilot, a cadet? Most of the training is just making sure you don't get shot down. They don't need to hit anything, really. You have Banker for that.
Fair. I imagine I'll split up the two of them and assign, one is my wingman, one is Banker's.
You're managing the risk
And
this way.
pretty much. We can each keep an eye on one of them.
Good, because as previously stated in the last scene, it's not a good idea to let the enlisted be on their own. Alrighty, next up, Sean.
Yes.
You're in charge of Fourth Flight,
Right.
which is the weaker one. It's only 3. It's your usurper and 2 heavy berries.
Right.
Sergeant Jiao and Kirkson are your flight mates. Call sign Chuckle and Fuck, respectively.
Oh, charming.
The first thing you noticed about these two when you met
Is
them,
it that their eyes are red and that they
yes,
smell of weed?
yes,
Yeah.
and like when you
Who assigned me these people again?
Nora technically.
Thank you, Nora.
um
Thank you, Nora.
and from what you can gather, they seem to be the worst of your civvy pilots, which is why they have the heavy berries, so they don't die immediately. Also, when you try to call them to attention initially, they don't look at you until you wait for them to turn and stand at attention.
And they did it very slowly.
Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah, this is what you're working with. So
John looks at them and their charming faces of weed. Just weed. And she is essentially going to give them kind of a blunt. She's going to be practically blunt with them.
wait, don't do that. Actually, specifically not that.
I give them a blunt. It's like when Superman is handing the beer bottle and is saying everything will be okay.
Anything but a blunt.
I'm probably going to have to see if I can pair up some training exercises with Weaver, at least. But she will say, I'm going to be honest with you two. You both have the worst records out of the civilian branch, out of our current civilian volunteers. And not to mention, you both lack a bit of discipline. However, there is one thing I believe we all share. And that is the desire to not die. So, in that case, I'm taking it upon myself to raise you both as best as I can. If you follow my lead and follow my orders, I'll do everything in my power to keep you both alive. And hopefully, the both of you will be able to make something of yourselves that you can be proud of. That is all.
I imagine.
Sorry, that was a very delayed. That is all from my part. My
I
bad.
can only imagine the look on John's face during that pause. Like
I'm imagining it's just her going like, yup. Like, yup. These are my guys. Thank you, Major. Thank you, Major. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to confiscate. I'll confiscate their weed and give it all to. Wait, no, they share a bunk. I can't do that. Never mind.
No, actually, here's an idea. You outsource it to Lee, so and his reward is all the weed he confiscates. Genius.
See, Lee, it's simple. Lee, you keep my guys in line, and I outsource their weed stash to you. So then I don't know. You can sell it, whatever. We're technically a rebel force. It's fine. You can sell weed. Who cares?
Technically speaking, there are no military laws on account of the fact that we have yet to write them. That's not been on high on the priority list. Anyways, Kirkson asks, well, you did stab a guy to get that. And he looks down at the sword.
She looks down to it. Yes, I did.
Whoa.
Where was the party?
Baker's Point.
Are any of you familiar with the incident that happened at Baker's Point during a big party?
Oh, with Chow, yeah? That son of a bitch.
Well, the governor has technically me and a few of, as well as actually, has me, the first lieutenant, and the major, as well as the commandant, to thank for his life. I stabbed 2 dare to dies myself that day.
Sick.
I have the greatest line ever. Jeanne is gonna put a hand on this in Kirkson's shoulder. Yes, sick. And you will be too if you follow my lead. Capiche?
I just imagine a smash cut to them throwing up in their cockpits.
It's fine. I'm getting the weed out of their system. That's how that works, right?
Jeanne, on account of the fact that she doesn't have a very good education, might actually believe that.
It's fine. It's fine. Just vomit out all the toxins. You'll be fine.
It rebalances your humors.
Yeah, I'm gonna put them in the G-Force chairs. Does the ship have those, like the G-Force chairs that they strap astronauts in to get them used to the amount of G's they'll be put under during
No,
takeoff?
but you do have the hamster wheel and officerial overrides.
I'm gonna have to ask Jay. I'm gonna have to get Jamie for this. He'll know what to do.
Jamie, they might break your beloved hamster wheel.
I mean, I would be sad, but at the same time, I don't need it as badly right now. So,
And you will get to see two weed guys be like strapped to a hamster wheel and then spun around rapidly. So that could be fun.
yeah. Also, we may have like there might be some sort of onshore, quote unquote, onshore facilities here while we're docked, right? Like, I imagine the like G-force simulator is not something we're gonna have on the ship, but it might be something that we can access locally. Not sure about that though, or at least they might be able to rig something up.
Go mine.
Yeah.
Can I ask something?
You certainly can. Whether or not I have an answer, we'll certainly find out.
Would you say that was a good enough quote unquote leadership to raise it to 1?
I'll let you roll to improve.
I'm at 0.
Congratulations, you auto pass.
Thank goodness. I really thought she couldn't do it. Nora?
You can't.
What were their call signs again?
You mean chuckle and fuck?
Chuckle and fuck are safe with me. Powder. They don't know I've done harder stuff than them.
Hey, you can't be certain of that.
They don't know how stuff to them is a crazy statement. Okay, Powder.
You know what? Sometimes you just gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace your past to inspire the new generation.
Let's hope you're not still taking Powder.
I don't think so. All things considered, I'm still a woman of God.
That wasn't confident.
I mean, Jeanne d'Arc did live in medieval times. I don't know. Maybe they gave her some crazy ass shit from all the injuries she got.
You know, when you said that, my immediate thoughts was medieval times, the like show.
The forbidden medieval blood. This shit killed Henry VIII. Anyway.
Fascinating.
But yes, that will probably just that I think that's a good wrap up on Jeanne's introduction to her 2 esteemed pilots.
Esteemed working amen.
Esteemed with an A, and then it's scratched out, and it just says like esteemed. It's crossed out extremely, and then high is added in at the end.
Oh, I was gonna say they're not so much steamed as baked.
No, good point. Yeah, esteemed. Scratch it out. Baked. Yeah, my baked pilots. Sorry.
So, that leaves only 2. Lee,
Yes.
around you, you see the other pilots getting to know their flights. And you only have one other flight mate. That major from earlier. Never didn't catch a name.
Well, that's fine.
Nora, in front of you is your new flight mate. Your wingman. What do you say to introduce yourself?
Hello, Sergeant. I'm Major Nora Callaghan. You may call me Callaghan or just Major.
Yes, Major.
I guess the baker's nearby.
What was that, Paradox?
So I'm guessing baker's nearby.
Yeah. Talking with the rest of, just remembering flight numbers. The rest of second flight.
She'll point to Banker, and that's Banker. Will also be with us.
Wait, Banker's on command?
Alrighty.
Banker's with, second.
Right, we all got moved around. Oh, this is all changing very quickly.
Aren't you the one in charge, ma'am?
Yes, this is new to me.
Did you just change it then?
Fair point.
Gonna undermine Weaver like this?
She'll leave it be. God. God, yeah. He's in that frame. Want to explain to me your frame?
It's like a Galgaloo 2 Garad, I believe. Jovian frame, heavy armor, close assault.
I see. Very different from what we have. I dropped a wrench.
Nora, why do you have a wrench? Unless that's slang.
Let it not be slang.
Yeah, what does dropping a wrench mean?
I don't even want to know what that would mean in slang.
It does sound like a slang term, though.
It does. Ah, brain fog. All right, Sergeant, I'll get back to my duties and you get back to yours. And Nora will get back to fucking with her frame now.
Well, Lee's happy with this because he has no duties, so he's just gonna chill for a bit.
I love the idea that Nora has totally forgotten that she has to assign this man some duties.
Actually, I think it'd be a really funny thing. Nora, you get to working, and I think it's a funny image of Lee is just sitting on a chair doing nothing.
Basically.
You turn around.
Just reading, vibing, listening to
Nora just looking over him. Adam, don't you have something to do?
You told me to go to my duties, ma'am, and I have no currently assigned duties for the day.
I see. Work on your walker frame.
No can do, ma'am.
Oh.
I don't know how. I don't know. Well, I'm just going to leave that to the mechanics. I'm not going to touch it.
You don't know how to work on your walker frame?
No, ma'am. I'm a pilot now, not a engineer or mechanic, ma'am.
Ah,
Isn't that, again, not trying to be impertinent, ma'am, but isn't that what the mechanics are here for?
the mechanics are always useful, but knowing how to work your own walker frame is very useful in the field. Don't forget that.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, Nora's gonna have to show this man how to work on a walker frame.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, Nora will personally show this man how to work on a walker
He's
frame.
completely hopeless, and no matter what you do, he retains none of it.
She's still gonna do it.
Yeah, well, it is a Sisyphean task because he has a drawback called clueless, which
Oh,
makes
she's just like me for real.
which means he re-rolls all engineering tests if successful. But
Actually,
and he has only
let's
engineering one.
let's put that to the work. Nora, I assume you call Sergeant Lee over.
Yeah.
So you have the forearm of your walker frame popped open. Go ahead, teach the man something.
Nora's going to begin showing him how to basically take out belts of ammunition probably stored in the arms specifically so that they know how to do that on the field.
This is more complicated than a button press, direct.
Yes.
And he does not. He basically cannot figure it out and ends up ejecting his grenades.
Nora will just be like, ah. Mentally, she's like, okay, I guess that's something, and then try to teach him something else.
Okay, what are you trying to teach?
She'll probably go through and try to teach him how to actually swap out some of the coolant.
There's now coolant all over the hangar.
At some point, Nora just realizing, oh, he's clueless. Get a pat on the shoulder. You can stay with what you were doing.
Wait,
Thank you.
there's a
Just
gift
goes
for
back
this.
to hanging out.
There's a gift for this.
I'm gonna say this just feels like another gag like montage scene.
This is Nora.
Yeah, for posterity, please describe this.
It is the clip from Konosuba where, if memory serves, the protagonist learns the intelligence stat of one of his party members, and that it's extremely low and cannot go up. So he looks at her, places a hand on her shoulder, and looks at her with the most pitying expression to be ever drawn, lamenting her unfortunate circumstances.
Jamie,
Yep.
while you're talking to Tatsuno and Yanagi with Banker, you feel a pitter patter at your feet as you look down, and suddenly there's coolant everywhere.
You just kind of look around for the source of this.
You see Leg and No Call working on a walker frame.
I think we'll go with classroom instruction today, gentlemen. And I'll like try to step away from the growing pool of coolant.
Okay, then what are you trying to instruct upon specifically, Jamie?
Honestly, it's probably going to be just like basic military protocol on like I need to figure out exactly how little these guys know and start at ground zero is my assumption.
Okay, then ask a question.
Do either of you know? I don't know what's the chain of command in the squadron? Like, basically seeing if they know who is who and who reports to who.
Well, Callaghan's boss woman. Well, we talked to you first. Tatsuno says.
Good enough for now, I suppose. Oh.
Nora pops up, taps Jamie on the shoulder.
Ma'am?
Weaver, never let Lee touch a frame. He's not great with mechanics.
But we're going to have him pilot one?
He'll be fine piloting. Just none of the mechanical parts. Just don't let him touch it.
Hey, question. Do you double check his file now that you know this?
She will.
He has no formal education past what we would call middle school.
Jeez. Nor just after checking just the face palm and dear God. Carry on, Weaver, and then she'll leave to go back to I guess cleaning up coolant. I think you like that, right?
Not an auspicious start.
I said, I think even a collie can get that right.
Thing is, these guys are below. A lot of these guys are below collies. Collies, at the very least, ostensibly know how to fight.
Yeah.
However, one thing, Nora, you do notice with all of these guys that puts them heads and shoulders above the colonial army administration of Saturn is they all want to be here.
Yeah. That's good.
Actually, that reminds me. Do we have? Because I presume we could access like personnel files. Do we have any like training instructors, drill instructor types like on the unit strength at this time?
No.
Because it sounds
Allow me to put it like this.
Or no-
So
anyone with similar skill sets.
So the ship's complement is just as overburdened with new untrained personnel, and they cannot help you. And the one set of people who could be tasked out to instilling some backbone into these cities is the dropship battalion, but they're too busy training up the volunteer regiment.
Okay.
Although this is not dissimilar to a lot of the problems you faced in the Federal Armed Forces lace. It's just instead of the fact that you are down on personnel, you're now down on personnel and equipment.
And yet it somehow still feels better.
And yet you're now starting to win battles. Somehow. It seems counterintuitive on the nose of it. So, Jamie, any other questions?
Nothing quite that basic, I guess, for them.
Alrighty. Then, okay, then I'd like you to make me a tact leadership roll, and just like say a random subject you want to try to start introing them to.
Okay. Honestly, probably first thing I want them to do is how to like inspect their walkthrough, make sure it's actually like fit to be used. Like basically go through a ground check. Oh dear. As I have no leadership, that is a fail by 3.
Would you like a reroll? You have 4 narrative points.
Honestly, I don't believe so at this time. I don't think it's going to make a difference. I just assume that he goes into it like assuming they know more than they do. Like
I just imagine
gets
you're
halfway through the explanation and realizes he's used 15 different 3-letter acronyms. No, none of which they actually know.
the MHR Mark 17. The first question is what's a MHR and what makes it a Mark 17?
Pretty much. It's like he's giving the same lecture like 4 times, just progressively like dumbing it down.
You need to first explain to them what their specific Hansian reactors do.
Noted.
You had to explain the difference between a Mark 17 and a Mark 17 star, which are 2 very different things, not parts compatible. Yeah? Oh, I guess not. Anyways. Captain Chevalier.
Yes.
What's next on the docket of you trying to actually instruct the fellas about something?
Okay. Have we put them through the contraption?
The contraption, yes. I'd like you to roll me keen investigate.
1 second. Keen investigate. Okay, so a 6. That is a meets it beats it.
So, turns out if you tilt the hamster wheel and if you bolt it to a wall, you can make it work.
I can make it work. I call up the lads in engineering. Engineering, I have a bit of a job for you.
You know, you're not talking to one of the, actual ship engineers. You're talking to one of the civvy engineers now aboard, and they'll get it done for you right quick.
She will tell them what needs to be done, which is I need this hamster wheel bolted to the wall, and I need to make sure, and I need it to spin really fast.
You know, I just imagine that image of
I'm imagining John pointing to the hamster wheel stuck to the wall like that one SpongeBob image of Patrick and SpongeBob with the coffin. All right,
get in.
get in.
Actually, what I was thinking of is that Century comic about engineers versus mechanics, where it's the mechanic using a blowtorch to light a cigarette.
Yeah.
That's the kind of difference we're talking about here.
Good. You know what? We are a people's army, and the people's army will do it.
You gotta believe in the contraption, the device.
That's right.
So, Zhao looks at this thing, and then he looks at you and asks, "Is it really safe to be in this?"
1 second. I have a GIF for this. There we go. For the audience, it's that one scene of it's just that one frame of Goku in GT where he's just smiling from the side. Yeah. Jeanne will put a hand on this man's shoulder, and she'll say, "Your profession isn't very safe. This is only the beginning. But don't worry, you'll survive. I know you will."
I can just imagine it goes from looking at you to this thing you've made. That is quite literally
Doohickey.
freshly welded.
She's all ready, boss.
And he gets into this thing. And
And John is going to press the button to start it.
ooh. It starts spinning around. And with those 5 failures, pretty soon, your boy is passed the fuck out. And when
And Jeanne will stop the machine once once it becomes apparent that he is passing out.
And when you get him out and out of the contraption, he starts to throw up even though he's still unconscious.
And this was Kirkson, right?
This was Zhao.
This is Zhao. Okay. She's going to turn to Kirkson then. That is what you can usually expect doing maneuvers in a walker frame during combated situations. As you can see, I wouldn't say you both are prepared for that yet. So, we're going to get you two accustomed to it. I know it's scary, and she's gonna give him that reassuring, gentle, saintly smile. But this is for your survival. Don't worry. And she's going to say this. Don't worry. Once this is over, once your turn is over, I'll go in myself. Oh, hey. I read your mind. I didn't even look at VC text.
Clown to clown communication.
Yeah.
Although...
And you know what? Jeanne will raise a hand. She'll say, "You know what? Let me go in first." And she is going to enter the contraption.
I'd like you to show me a grit athletics.
Which is funny. Actually, wait, she's great at grit. Well, she's slightly great at grit athletics. She has a 3 in grit, but she's good. She's decent. Right? Wait. Oh, sorry. That will be a 5 for 3 successes.
3 successes. You strap yourself in and you start to spin and spin.
Right. And spin.
And, there's certain breathing techniques and how you're supposed to hold your muscles to, make sure blood flows where it is supposed to be. And you go through the motions as you've been trained pretty much countless times and hours of, how to do this shit. And after about 5 minutes, you get out of the thing, you climb, the wheel stops spinning, you climb out of the contraption, and there's Zhao. And what do you say?
See? It's safe. Difficult, but safe. If we keep on training you, you'll be able to handle it like it's nothing. And it'll make sure that you'll be able to take it when the real thing comes at you during combat.
Sorry, I think I meant Kirk's in there, although it doesn't.
Kirkson.
It doesn't terribly matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
My character entry for them is shared.
Yeah. They're weed head. They're the baked guys, the baked bros, as it were.
Chuckle and fuck.
Yep.
You see Zhao clamber in, and he lasts about a minute before passing out.
You know what? And can I roll for something?
Yeah?
I want you to. Can I roll a charm empathy to have Jeanne give them encouraging words? Firm words, but encouraging.
Say your words first.
Words of encouragement. Words
Yeah.
of greater encouragement.
Actually, I'm doing it like Payday, that one fucking skill where you can just yell at your teammates to get back up. But yes, Jeanne will just say, remember, actually, I don't know how to actually handle G-forces, actually. So I can't really draw on any experience from that. Remember, G-forces is one of the deadliest things a pilot can experience while in combat. One of the major concerns is fainting. But if you keep going at this, if you keep training, then you'll be able to take these G-forces. He faints, and she's going to turn to Kirkson, who is probably just waking up from his vomit-induced, as she stops the machine for Zhao. It's going to be hard to get you two up to it's going to be hard to get you two up to snuff. But I believe in the both of you. And I hope you can both believe in yourself as well. Now, are you ready to become a walker pilot? Do I roll?
Yeah.
Another 3 successes.
Let's see, and they both affirm, say yes, all that. And I suppose you'll just keep going at it. Get them physically up.
Oh, yeah.
Up to snuff.
Probably for like an hour, all things considered.
Anyway.
Hour, 30 minutes.
However it actually works, I don't know. I've never experienced genuine G-forces in my life outside of a roller coaster.
Yep.
Anyhow. Nora. Lee. What is next on the training docket? Hello?
I realized I said yes, and then
You
was
didn't
also
pick up?
muted.
Yeah, of course.
Nora would probably have them doing, if possible, live fire training.
Live fire training?
Yeah.
You still, I feel like that's the one thing Lee doesn't need right now.
I don't think Nora especially cares for what he needs. Or rather, what, it's more so what she thinks he needs rather than what he actually needs.
I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of what I thought Martian training was somewhat like. I saw that they've been described.
Just throw them in the lake and sink or swim.
I wonder how many cadets got shot.
Well, we never ran out of cadets, so clearly it wasn't too many.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like fucking, I don't know, Cadia. You better be able to disassemble that gun at 6 years old, little pat buddy.
Oh, no. Not that kind of live fire training. We're not shooting at each other. She's not barbaric now.
Oh,
So
oh, really? She's a civilized woman.
She's a civilized Martian. Live fire training is for provos.
Anyways, what exactly are you doing? And Lee, what is your response to doing live fire training?
Having a blast.
You found him, your Cronian.
Should probably have him, like, give him targets out in, like, a field or whatever, and basically see if he can get them all quick enough.
Is it like a melee course, a range course?
Both.
You stick.
Well, for the
A melee course, she just fighting.
is it on foot or in walker frame?
First part would be on foot. The other part would be on walker frame.
Well, for the rifle drill on foot, assuming it was keen firearms, he got 7 successes.
Okay.
For the melee drill on foot, he got 1 second. Got a calc. 8 successes.
So, Lee, you affix a rubber bayonet, and please describe to me what you do.
I mean, this guy, from my perspective, Nora hasn't seen a pilot move like this before because he's a drop trooper. This is to him, this is child's play at this point. He's been doing this exact shit in actual combat for the last 6 to 7 years of his life. He moves slow, he moves smooth, and that makes him quick. Is he just bayonets that, rifle butts that, switches to knife or something else?
slow is smooth, and smooth is fast.
At the live fire range, everything's on target, everything's safe, everything's quick. He's able to switch from his rifle to his pistol, smooth and quick. Just, it's all boom, boom, boom.
A genuine class act.
This is someone where when you look at his performance, he easily, if he hadn't been a colonial, he could have made it in the Federal Commando.
And the Colonial Commandos weren't taking anyone.
Oh, they just suck. If you asked Lee, at least, that's what he...
Actually, I feel like that's a good opportunity for a bit.
There's some unarmed strikes. He uses this hatchet he has on.
He's using a hatchet, huh?
Uh-huh.
The way you note that feels suspicious.
No, I was just curious. All the people I think of who uses hatchets are, well, dare to die.
When it comes to the mounted drills, he's a little more sluggish when it comes to utilizing the weapons of the walker frame. You know, it's very clear that he's not really used to using this yet. But when I say sluggish, it's in comparison to the performance he just pulled off, because he still got 5 successes on the walker frame range combat.
Okay.
I feel like the issue is, could you please roll me a tact, maneuver, mobility, please?
Yeah, of course. Tax, maneuver,
Now, let's just say
mobility.
-2.
Yeah, there's like 6 failures on that. Like, actually maneuvering the walker frame is still something he's getting used to, and it's very clear that he was one of the best of the candidates, but he's still new to as a soldier.
From the simulation pod, what I imagine what you're seeing, Callaghan, is, a stationary, he's great. He keeps hitting the targets like you're supposed to. However, he keeps getting docked points because he keeps running into buildings and cars when he's not meaning to.
Well, and then the funny thing is, what you're seeing is when he is slamming into targets, he's great. Once he hits melee again, he's great. He's like, once it turns into a slugging match, he's going blow for blow and ripping things to shreds. Like yanking out cockpits with the hand of the walker frame, bashing in the head of walker frames, literally slamming a walker frame into a simulated building and dragging it through. 9
That's not
successes on the walker frame melee test.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Nora is just taking notes of all this.
yeah, but I think, Nora, this is the first time you've ever seen someone get maneuver killed in a simulation.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. The first legendary super colonist.
And it's probably almost kind of baffling from Nora's perspective, I'd imagine. Because he's so good at the actual inflicting of violence. He's so bad at the actual maneuvering the walker frame, right?
Mhm.
It is a strange
Like-
beast.
If he's shooting stationary or he's rushing headlong into something, it's great.
Nora's probably going to take notes of that and try to, if she can, get like new courses set specifically to fix his issues in the
If there was-
future.
And if it was any other commanding officer, she might be concerned with the level of violence in terms of the walker frame.
The level, Nora?
Yeah, exactly. If it was any
Nora's actually Nora's writing down everything that's happening every time she sees like the violence. She's like, oh, here's another point.
like
Here's
there's an
another point.
instance where his beam saber gets yanked from him and he just rips off the other walker frame's arm and starts beating the guy in the cockpit with it.
I just imagine you steal your opponent's their beam saber.
Yeah, exactly, and goes just for a cockpit kill. There's very little. Any simulated surrenders are basically ignored once the combat starts.
Yeah. I mean, the only time Nora would probably deduct points in her view is how long it takes for him to basically finish somebody off after they've already basically been killed.
So, Sergeant Lee, you walk out of the simulation pod and you see the Major.
Ma'am,
You pass.
thought I passed this when it was selection. Didn't know I was being graded again.
You're always being graded.
Oh. I heard
Even
that's
on the
what school's
field.
like. Does that make you the principal, ma'am?
No. You'll be graded on the field as well, though failing is death. But you pass for now in my eyes. I will have to bring this up with Philippe later.
You know, students talk when teachers date, ma'am. And with that, Lee would just stand waiting to be dismissed.
Could have laughed so hard. God damn you, Periphery. Dismissed.
Ma'am.
Nora's going to leave now.
Lee? When you
Yes.
meet back up with Chuckle and Fuck, Kirkson looks at you and says, "They did kill Dare to Dies."
Bullshit.
Apparently they were on Baker's Point when they tried to suicide bomb Sonia Chow.
Yeah. I guess the Dare to Die are slacking in standards. If I'd have been there, I would have gotten the governor.
Hey, Zhao says. How do you think they're gonna kill him?
The governor?
I hope it's.
Hopefully they give him to like a mob and let us rip him limb from limb. I kind of want a toe. Could hang it up on the fireplace.
No. He should be strung up, like next to a lamppost or something, and just left out there.
You're thinking too small. If they're going to use a rope, it should be on each of his limbs and just pull.
Didn't they lock people in cages and just leave them out there during the old calendar? Can we do that?
Oh, you're damn. Oh, that's a good one. You know, I think I'd be sated with a simple public execution. Oh, ooh, no, better idea.
Jeanne, you can in fact be walking past all this.
Strap him to the front of a walker frame and set it on an autopilot course towards Red Line.
Jeanne is going to walk past this and overhear we should strap him to a walker frame and send him towards Red Path. And, she can see why she can see why, him and Nora ended up together.
Truly, a match made in hell.
It's God's plan. It's God's plan. Whatever.
I'll tell you what, fellas. These former Federals, they got funny ideas on how to wage a war. Always call it peacekeeping, always worrying about right or wrong. You can even see it with that fact that the governor's not dead yet. They're putting him through this whole song and dance trial. Just get it over with. Bullet to the head, bullet to the...
Are all collies like you?
No. Most of them are a bunch of cowards.
I don't know, pal, Kirkson says. You seem like kind of like a thug.
Yeah. I guess I am. Nothing wrong with that.
Zhao looks at you, and he's suddenly not so friendly anymore, and he leans in and says, you do any of that shit to the colony and I'll fucking kill you.
In the colony? You kidding me? Civilians?
I fucking mean it.
You ever insinuate that again, buddy? And I'll carve your dick off and shove it down your throat.
That's the kind of shit I'm talking about that I might need to kill you for, or you collie fucking thug. Orange son of a bitch.
All green nows.
Better fucking
And last I heard, you and me are on our equal footed now. So again, I'd like an apology for the insinuation.
I don't know, man. I've seen a lot of collies before.
Oh yeah? You ever see this before? And he just punches him in the face.
Alrighty then. And then Kirkson's going to go for a swing at you. Because you've punched Zhao in the face.
That's fine. Our first 1-1 of Sergeant Lee is fighting his own guy.
Jeanne, a fight has broken out right in front of you.
And I'm pretty sure you just saw Lee lay both these guys out. Considering that was a crit, so I don't... Unless they crit, go.
No,
Yeah.
I rolled pretty alright. A 5 versus a 7. But that's not a critical.
Yeah.
So you just see Lee, punch the first guy, and as the second guy came in, he just fucking kneed him in the groin and has slammed his face into the ground. And he's then lunged back at the second guy and begun kicking him onto the ground.
And yep, she's going to walk forward and say, wrong rank. Sergeant Lee,
Yeah, he's currently holding the guy on the ground's head by the hair.
which, you know what? Please release Lieutenant Zhao for a moment.
Lieutenant, didn't know you got a promotion. Congratulations, sir. He
Sorry,
shoves him
I
back
would
onto
like
the
to
ground.
rewind that as a player. I'm used to everyone being a lieutenant in this fucking, on this ship. What rank were they?
Sergeants.
Please release Sergeant Zhao.
Done. And he just drops him back onto the.
And she'll look at Zhao and kind of just say to them both, in a sympathetic tone, but also kind of, this actually kind of helped to illustrate her point, as she's just going to say, despite Sergeant Lee's concerning comments about how we should conduct our warfare, I can't deny he isn't an excellent soldier. Someone like him will be able to survive on the battlefield. While the both of you did put up a good fight.
No, they didn't. Don't lie to them. I've seen plenty of guys like this. Both of you are going to get got in your first engagement if you don't man the fuck up. Sorry, man. You were saying?
It's fine, Sergeant. He makes a good point, you two. This is why I'm going to need you both to focus intently on your training.
Oh, you
All
hear
right.
that? Beating your ass helped you. Can't see that.
Sergeant,
Yes, ma'am.
what's the term? Wait, sorry, this is a player. What would be the term? Like, lock down on the comments? It's 11.
You know, I do have an option I think that Sergeant Lee will like quite a lot.
You know what? Yeah, good point. Jeanne will just turn to him and say, Sergeant, for one moment, shut the fuck up until I say otherwise.
Aye, aye, ma'am. And he just steps back and stands at attention.
Jeanne feels, I think that might have been the first time Jeanne is cursed. But, you know, this Titans thing, it's like the symbiote, but she's going to say, we'll be doubling your training efforts from what you both have already been put through. I'll be writing up a training regiment, well, before the start of tomorrow. Come on. And she's going to offer her hands to lift them both up.
And they take it.
Sergeant Lee, ease up. You may be at ease. Or, sorry, actually. Sergeant Lee, I allow you to speak again.
Yes, ma'am.
I would like your help in this training regiment for them. You do have the most experience when it comes to, well, being a soldier.
No can do, ma'am.
Very well. Return to your post with Nora.
Don't
Oh,
have
sorry.
a post, ma'am.
I see she left you to figure it out.
Sure.
That's so suspicious.
Yeah, sure. Yes, ma'am. Definitely. It seems they're making out with Philippe again. No, I'm kidding. She's going to think for a moment. What would be a good thing to put a dangerously kind of violent, but to be expected of a drop trooper? What to have them do? You know what? Fuck it. Sergeant, past the time, please feel free to go on one of your runs.
Already did my morning run, ma'am, but thank you for the suggestion.
Dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am. And he just stays where he is.
As for you two, report to the infirmary. To Kirkson and Zhao.
You know, they get up.
Oh, and chuckle fucks. I'll take that as my apology.
Yeah, fuck you too.
Anytime, any place.
And, you know, they walk off. Jeanne, I have a question.
Yes.
So, First day of command of a flight with actual people in it, as opposed to a shell.
You know, this isn't so bad. She was kind of content just following orders, but being given the opportunity to help people, to guide them, it's a bit reassuring, I suppose. And of course, there is the worry of and the responsibility of the fact that their lives are on her hands, and she has to make sure these two, especially, are ready for any actual engagements.
Well,
Is
on a slightly.
it's
Oh, you go ahead.
oh,
I can wait.
sorry, it's a bit of a heavyweight, is what I was gonna say.
Well, like another thing is, you are going to be expected to ask them to die for you.
It's true. It's true. She would like to see them survive, but
You know, there's no
thinks
guarantees on
about-
a modern battlefield.
she actually is going to think about courage to illustrate them. And
What about
that
courage?
one walker frame from the same battle, the Cronian one, or the Jovian one. Was it a Jovian suit?
Suit?
Or sorry,
What?
was it a Jovian frame that courage obliterated?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Jovian frame. And she is just going to regard Sergeant Lee with a nod before, making sure that those two are walking off to the infirmary, which they are, and she is going to return to her quarters to write a letter. A special letter to decide who's the fastest. Just kidding. She's going to write a letter on account that they are no longer part of the Federation military, and we still haven't written military regulations, to Emmett Leap.
Oh, now.
I'm going to try and actually write something a bit later, which will hopefully be done and read by Mecca if it reaches Emmett in the red session, hopefully. But for now, to put it simply, Jeanne is going to write him a letter asking how he's doing over at the red side. How is it at the red side?
How is it in IVA 2 core?
How is it in the IVA? She's going to illustrate how she doesn't really believe the story that he was always a deep cover spy. He never really had the aptitude for that in her mind, unless he was very good at deceiving her, which would make him very good at his job. But that's besides the point. He's honest. She knows he is. While she can't say she agreed with the idea of shooting the now Commandant, she forgives him. Philippe survived and is actually doing a bit better now, all things considered, away from the front lines. So in a sense, she should probably thank him. She hopes that one day they can see each other again. Not on the battlefield as enemies, but perhaps
When this is all over.
away from the war. When this is all over, essentially, yes.
You know, that
Or however...
is...
Oh, go ahead.
That's somewhat of a tall order, that one. Specific.
It is. It is.
You know, this war
doesn't-
is...
What, 30-something, 50-something years old,
27.
essentially?
27 years old.
Yeah.
And if you recall from your history, the short space war lasted 10 years.
It seems like this war is stretching and stretching and stretching. And she can only hope what she's doing is going to help bring it to an end closer, but they could only be extending it.
You know,
She doesn't really know.
the long space war lasted 76 years. Could be a long way out.
Still, she wishes to see him again. After all, he did ask to listen to her singing one day. and she would like to watch some of his movies. Wait, did he bring his movies? He didn't.
No, he only took what was in his walker frame.
Actually, so if she'll say that she would like to return his movies.
Ah, you can still watch
She's
them.
kept them. Yeah, she could still watch them, but she wants to return them to him at one day. She's been keeping them safe in her bunker.
Actually, Jamie, speaking of the movies.
Yep.
You've been watching them, so you currently possess Emmett and Emmons movie collection.
Sorry, yeah, good point. They are safe in Jamie's room, who is currently watching them, she'll know.
Yeah, Jamie, you currently have a movie called The Creature from X-19. A movie made during the First Federation about an exploration crew in the style of Anthony Baker out in the Cooper Belt, where they encounter a strange organism which can assimilate other people, and they have to somehow destroy their own ship to stop it from reaching the rest of human civilization. It's essentially a mashup of The Thing and Alien.
Makes sense. I feel like it's a trope that's never going to go away in horror movies.
What do you think about today's events?
It was a very strange day, even by the standards of we have a lot of strange days.
It's been a weird war.
It's been a very strange war.
Yeah, but how's command treating you? I don't believe you've ever had a command position, only ever as executive officer is the highest you've ever been.
Yeah, I would say it's a little too early to tell. He's determined to do the best, but it's not like it's something he has a particular flair for. But, if you don't have a particular skill at something, just apply dogged determination and hope for the best.
It's worked for us.
Actually, it's been
pretty much his entire ethos.
It's been the Titans' winning formula. We're encountering a problem. Have you considered applying more Elan?
I mean, that's how we killed the Dancing Queen, all things considered.
A fight you should have very much lost, and yet.
We thugged that shit out, as the kids would say.
I suppose, Jamie, you'll just have to take it one day at a time. And, but that's tomorrow. And right now, you have to finish this movie. So I'll leave you to that. Nora.
Yes.
How did your day go?
Went well. I think it went pretty well for herself. She's probably chilling by this point. Actually relaxing for once.
That's actually very unusual.
She even took her hair down.
That's even more
Fuck,
unusual.
it's serious. Fuck, it's serious.
But,
Philippe done it again.
Anyone reported to Nora what happened, or is she just going to be completely blindsided when she hears
I'll report to her later. I've got a letter to write. I'll give it.
Okay, so she's gonna be blindsided by the rumors, is what I'm.
Which part?
Well, go on, Mr. Director, since it's the rumor mill going.
Nora, you will be informed either by Jamie or Jeanne later in the day that there is a rumor that you got laid specifically with either Philippe or Banker or some guy named John who you don't know who that is.
Okay. That's the funniest one. The insinuation that it's Banker is probably the only one that would piss her off. Also, who is this other person she's talking?
No idea. No fucking clue. They hallucinated a man named John.
Say, like, did they actually mean John? The one I know?
The thing is, like, it could be,
Awesome
but
Yuri sex. Sorry, that just came out. My bad.
the
Oops.
demons.
I love that the first thing Nora finds out upon coming back is not that there is. Yeah, it's definitely not Weaver, but it's not. Oh yeah, by the way, Major, 2 of the pilots got put in the infirmary by your new wingmate. It's. Did you get laid, Major?
Major, your hair is down. Did you have sex?
Something's wrong. You're never this relaxed.
So
There
when
was
does she
just-
find out about the infirmary? Because that's like prime time to bring it up now that she knows
Thing
there's
is,
rumors she
that's
got laid.
not a rumor, Sergeant Lee. That's a confirmed fact.
But no one reported.
Jeanne reported it.
She just said she was doing that after writing the letter.
She will eventually learn. Tomorrow, if necessary. But she will learn.
Well, then
Okay.
there is a window where it is rumor.
It is just rumor.
And I
Yeah.
thrive in that window.
You mean you thrive in that window?
I'm like a mall.
Nora's going to believe that there is a chance Lee would have done it, but it's just going to believe, oh, they got into some dumb scuffle after having weed. Otherwise, she doesn't really care, as long as no one actually, like, became combat ineffective.
Lee was about to make one of them combat ineffective.
She doesn't know that.
Oh, that's so true. We're in the window, the blessed window.
Yeah, the blessed window.
Where anything is possible. Such as the existence of a man named John.
It's the unknown John brother out there.
It's just like
Also
it's
called
like
John.
it's like a Luke situation.
Not the. That's horrible to think about. This is second John out there.
As we all know, it's illegal for anyone else to be named Sean. Anyhow. So Callaghan, it's been your first real day at work as a squadron leader, as a CAG.
Yeah.
Meets your expectations?
The only one who didn't disappoint her fully was Lee. And that's only because she didn't expect to have some cronian come in and actually be good at the parts that she cares about. Except for apparently maneuvering. That needs to be fixed. Then again, he still did better than like what he expected really a collie to do.
Super collar.
Oh yes, the super collie.
The
Captain-
legendary,
Captain
legendary
Saturn?
super,
Exactly. I was gonna say Captain.
It's sad.
the legendary super cronian that appears every 1,000 years in Legend.
You're probably right to Philippe. I need more cronians like this.
We clone him
I
instead
need
of
more
Nora.
power.
Although this one seems to not know how to mess up a walker frame, so try to fix that part too, I guess.
I feel like Lee is the kind of guy, if the navigational system gets broken, he's just gonna end up suffocating to death because he won't know where to go.
He'll just eject and then try to float over to someone else's walker frame. And
Just let the SOS beacon hope, like, hope it'll ping someone.
also, he's got good survival and good stuff.
God,
Anyways,
this guy.
Which the terrorization of John's flight mates is going to begin with that stuff until they apologize.
I really do like that the two of you are feuding. Speaking of you, so Leg, how is life in a walker frame squadron treating you on your first day?
It's about what he expected. Everyone here is kind of lazy and a pussy, but what can you expect? Major's pretty cool, but you know. And he is outraged that someone would dare imply he ever hurt civilians, and he actually is like really kind of fucking mad about that. Though he's calmed down quite a bit since he got to beat the shit out of them, and he was sincere when he said he'll count that as the apology, but he's still just flabbergasted. Like if he was talking to himself in his bunker, he'd be like, "Who the fuck would even say that? That's fucked up. How dare they?"
I see. Well, thing is, in that bunk, I will remind you, you live with those two guys.
Oh, amazing!
So, I'm not sure how much you want to mess with them inside the bunk, considering it's a mad situation.
Yes, the prison rules.
Well, considering he beat the shit out of them, he'll take that as the apology and let it lie for now.
Although I am somewhat surprised that you are surprised that they would think that.
I'm not surprised. Lee is outraged.
Does Lee just not know?
Lee is Kunyati's top psychic.
Oh, so he doesn't know.
Reminder, he literally is like, no, he knows quite well, you gotta remember his whole background.
Which was what exactly? You know, everyone who's privy to the record wouldn't know this, but for the sake of the audience, what is your background?
Well, it's pretty straightforward. His first home got destroyed. Second home got destroyed. The third home got destroyed. And at that point, he decided to just enlist.
I was gonna say, did the fourth one burn down, fall over, then sink into the swamp?
No. First
Was a
one, it
plague
was the...
delivered upon his houses in the fifth and destroyed his crops?
It's been warlord forces, mercenaries, Reds. Everyone's burnt down his home. So why does he care about any of them like that? At the end of the day, you're all here fucking up his home. And the one thing he'll never do, and he never did in Kunyati's force, is he never fucked with civilians. If you're in a uniform, you're fair game. You signed up.
I see.
And so, because of what happened to him, he is outraged by the suggestion he would partake in some of the things other colonial units are known to have done.
I see.
And he is also far too proud to scrape and try to explain him.
Although, earlier said, but I think it was Jamie, that with the situation being as it is, pride is most certainly a vice. And I suppose we'll have to wait to see until next episodes if it gets a kill or not. But that is then, and this is now. And right now, I'm going to bring this episode of Tension Soul to a close.